How do they use this, Ray, in your opinion? Because everyone's having this chat now, especially in Toronto, because obviously, Leaf fans, the majority of them are Canadians, so they're on the wrong side of it. But everyone wants to try to apply Auston Matthews winning gold in a positive manner for the Leafs down the stretch. Like,
he's a winner now.
Do you see that? Can you align the two? Like, how can this benefit the Leafs or any of the teams that any of these American players play for?
Well, he is a winner. They just won. What I saw, though, is a player that didn't step outside the team. Right? Like, I think that is maybe at the phase of where he's at, is that he is he's not a standalone player right now. He's one of the group. Very good. He was excellent, especially early in the gold medal game. I thought he was awesome. But he's not a standalone lead the charge player. Like, that's not, in my mind, that's not where he is. Is he better than Jack Eichel? I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah.
Not right now, no.
No, I mean, like, it doesn't matter whether he scored 60 goals before or not. It doesn't matter. It's right now, he's not. And so in the context of a team like that, I think that's one way to look at where Matthews is, because when he comes back to Toronto, I mean, we watched at least for 50 games here. Do we not have a picture of what they're all about? It's not going to be the same. How could it be the same? He might think about himself different, and he should, because they did win. And he was the captain. And the players, I do believe there's a different Matthews than the one we ever see, because the players talk about him in a different way. I found that really, like, how quickly Quinn Hughes jumped up and, when somebody asked him about Toronto, and he's like, come on, man, let me live in the moment. And then how Hughes jumped in. I feel like there's a different way the players view him as opposed to what we might think.
And what he might show the general public, too, right? Go ahead.
The other thing to add on, I know you want to jump in, but the other thing to add on to your comment, Ray, is we don't know in this break what the mandate has been for Brad Treliving. Keep in mind that the trade deadline is what? How far away is it? 10 days?
Yeah, next Friday, yeah.
So what is the mandate? What are the Leafs doing? They've got a couple unrestricted free agents that they probably have to deal with. Like, they've got some things going. Chris Tanev skating, so what is the Leafs? What is the thought process going to be? Auston Matthews is stepping back into what? Is the team, all in to try and make the playoffs, or are they going to, quietly, or not quietly anywhere here, but retool or maybe make some moves up to this deadline? So he could be stepping back into something that maybe the course has changed here for the Leafs when he gets back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all know that too much time to think is a dangerous thing. And the GMs have just had 2 weeks to think. And I wonder, I assume it's going to be pretty busy. We've kind of now separated the teams that are clearly moving on. Like, there's now a half a dozen or 8 of them that you can go, yeah, they're trading players. Well, they got to go somewhere. So there's going to be, I think there'll be a pretty busy stint here in the next 10 days.
Yeah. Well, and I think from Matthews' perspective, like you said, him not being a standalone guy anymore doesn't mean he's not a great player and a huge contributor.
Right.
He needs more help maybe than he did 4 or 5 years ago. And he didn't have enough help 4 or 5 years ago because it was the core 4 and they put all into that and they could make the playoffs with their eyes closed, but they couldn't get it done in the playoffs. That means at this juncture of his career, he's going to have to rely on management even more, like, to help him out and to filter through the system and make sure you have depth and make sure you have the right goaltender and the right coach. And, that's I'm sure what conversation he's going to have once he sobers up. Like, I'm coming home and what are we doing here? Not necessarily the final 25 games, but you mentioned McDavid. He's got 2 years left. So does Auston. Like, Austin's got 2 years left. So something's going to have to give, I would think, on the Leaf front.